Oh, hi there. Cello. Hey now. Hola. And ba weep grana weep ninny bong. However you want to say it. Welcome to that Kev 1 show.
Ooh, happy Halloween, everybody! From that Cav 1 show. It's 2024 and the Halloween special is here. Hope you're all doing spooky, cool stuff and scaring up success and inspiration wherever you go. Hope you're having a lot of great stuff going on in your life. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of cool stuff, and I've been, as the kids would say, blessed with a lot of good creative endeavors and some castings. Like I've been working on Criminal, that new Amazon show that coming soon. I was going to say by the time you listen to this, but this is a Halloween special. It'll be out before the show comes out. But Criminal, based off the Ed Brubaker comic series. I was on that for an episode and a half. Cool guest starring turn you'll see with Charlie Hunnam and Luke Evans filming on location. Can't say a lot. There's an NDA, but it's not like insane, It's not like it's not a Marvel movie, but it is based on a graphic novel. The critically acclaimed Ed Brubaker. Filmed on location in my hometown, and yeah, which was quite an experience because current modern Portland, Oregon, is kind of like Gotham City. Like it was hard for them to keep like looky-loos and a lot of interesting characters out, with quote security and quote, which was pretty much the crew. Even that big Amazon thing. It's so funny, being in a scene with like Luke Evans, all dolled up, so to speak, to walking back to craft service and hearing like an actress with you, a new friend you met that day, saying like did you see that homeless guy with his dick out? It's like, okay, this is an experience. Hashtag on location. For sure. But yeah, it'll be a big show that Amazon's really pushing to be number one because they're trying to fill the spot of the great show The Boys, based off a comic series that is heading into its final season. So they want a new comic book show, and they're putting a lot of money into it. It's a big production, so excited about that, and it's great, period. And the crew's been great, and it's really great. I'll say it again. I said it at least once about Charlie Ham. It's really great when you meet like a star of a pretty large level. That's nice, and they're nice. Oh wow, this is great. So it's great to say that. Great to be able to say that. Yeah, and I can reveal this now. I got permission from this movie currently in production. Here's some breaking news, guys. Some Hollywood. Filming on the West Coast here. I don't want to say too much, but I can publicly announce that I'm filming. I got a lead role in Ghost Toasties. That was the working title for a while, and I believe it's going to be the title. It looks like so. And I can say that. I've double checked that so I can see for sure not get in trouble while we're still filming. I want to keep my role, But yeah, we filmed in a real castle. I can say that you guys would probably recognize if you've seen Stephen King's Rose Red and Bly Manor. I saw that on Netflix myself. And I'll announce more deets on a future episode, And for updates and exclusives from me, please go to, there's many places. One place I always post is my personal Instagram page, the real one, True Kevin Michael Watson on Insta, and Kevin Michael Watso, full name with one letter taken off, on TikTok. Those are the places I've been posting lately for sure, and I think I have it linked to where like it goes to the Facebook too. But yeah, anyone who has my Facebook's probably family and friends that I've met Mick Metterson. So, but anyway, and if you know me on that, I don't want to all my socials, but like if you know me on that, you really do know me in person. We fist bumped or more. Oh man, yeah, life is going pretty groovy, and I hope you guys are all having a great spooky season. Let's see, this year, what am I doing? I might go to some parties that come about. I know that I'm definitely going to take my nephews trick-or-treating. Part of that day, Halloween, which I believe is a Thursday this year. I'm going to be the Riddler this Halloween. Already got the costume. And yeah. So yeah, feel free to hit me up on Patreon. Patreon.com/ that Kev1 show. Tell me what your guys' costumes are, and I'll announce some of them if you guys blow it up with the deets of that. Hope you guys are doing awesome and you're watching scary movies. Some of my favorite scary movies, and I've not been paid by any of these people, so let's see, what are my go-tos? Before I get to today's special guest. Cabin in the Woods I watched again this year. That is such a good horror film. It's just a good film. I used to not necessarily quote love horror films, end quote. I used to say I like good horror films because I almost as a kid was like, oh, why do you want to be scared? Like scared makes scared. Like, oh my God, we really, because sometimes you watch a certain kind of horror movie made a certain way, and you're like, all of a sudden you have a fear of something. Maybe the jump scare of the monster was by, a certain kind of trash can in a kitchen in a movie. Now you're afraid of the trash can in your kitchen, or you know what I mean? Or you're afraid to go in your basement, or you know what I mean, because of something you saw in a movie, shot just right. The older you get, the more like you're like, oh, you can handle it, and it's almost cathartic, But I always like, good horror films, really well-made classics, or But I've appreciated horror more now lately and stuff. Oh, but before I get off the tangent on that, Cabin in the Woods, I'd say is a great film, period, well made, everything made with produced by Joss Whedon, directed by Drew Goddard. It was Chris Hemsworth's maybe not first film, but he did it before Thor. It did come out after Thor, before he even tries to jump on me like, hey, no, but it was shot before Thor, and Joss Whedon went to Kenneth Branagh, who directed Thor, and was like, no, you have to cast this guy, Chris Hemsworth, unknown at the time, publicly, was he with a household name for sure. So yeah. Anyway, Cabin in the Woods, it's so good, and it's kind of like if someone said it's the ultimate horror film, if you agreed or disagreed, you'd know what they meant, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's so good, just jump into it. And it's not too gory, so anyone can enjoy it. And if you like gore and just different kind of horror, you like it anyway. There's blood, and there's all kinds of stuff in it. But it is kind of, and you'll know when you watch it, it's kind of like the ultimate horror film. It's definitely, it's a ultimate horror film, if that makes sense. It Follows is so good, and that's such a great, seemingly low budget film. I mean, they could have made it on a lower budget. Maybe it took a lot of money, but it's very independent feeling, if not independent. And it's so good. Yeah, those are some of the classics that I love. And The Frighteners is really good. You could probably even watch it with your family. There are scarier parts that, with the atmosphere of it, are more scary. You wouldn't have nightmares from a movie, but it's really good. It's almost like if you're looking for like a Ghostbusters-y kind of fun Halloweenish spooky movie, you can watch all year round. There's ghosts and stuff in it though. But it's with Michael J. Fox. And it's directed by Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings fame. Before Lord of the Rings. Maybe right before. Because Michael J. Fox was, physically able and jumping around and everything still. But it's him in kind of an action movie-ish role, so to speak. This action horror. He's doing a lot of action horror stuff, Flexing some muscle, actually. Michael J. Fox with a shaved head fighting a Grim Reaper type character that I don't want to spoil, and a lot of great special effects in it. And it's kind of Ghostbustery feeling. I recommend that one highly. Anyway, so those are more than a few that are great. Or is that a few actually straight up? So yeah. And without further ado, should get into today's guest. So everybody out there, stay crafty, keep doing your Halloween stuff, keep doing all your creative endeavors, and keep your imagination flowing. And I hope you're all creating as well. Speaking of creating, I have a huge, phenomenal talent on today. A friend of the show. Someone who knows all about Halloween and the spooky season. Someone who knows a little thing about pumpkins and what goes bump in the night. From the award-winning Best Picture from Wigwell Fest, Pumpkins Attack and Pumpkins Attack Still Attacking. Friend of the show, I can say it so many times, Joel Macha. Welcome back to the show, bro.
Hey, welcome back. Good to be on.
Woohoo! How are you enjoying spooky season this almost Halloween weekend? Oh,
I am so busy.
Yeah?
I try to watch a horror movie every day during October. That's the real name of the month. But I've been trying to keep up on that. This time around is a little hard. I just moved, and I'm planning another project, some stuff for next season that I had to get done in the last couple of weeks. So it's been difficult, but I am trying to keep up on all of that because I do love Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that about you for sure. I mean, a lot of people are fans of yours and everything, and then a lot of people, friends of this show, know we did Pumpkins Attack together at Wignall Fest. That won Best Picture and some other awards, technical, and you won writing awards for it, I know. And then the follow-up, Pumpkins Attack Still Attacking, won technical awards. That was so freaking cool. One thing I wanted to ask you as well, bro, is I saw on Hulu. I think you inspired some people out at Hollyweird because there's a movie called, I haven't seen it, so I can't vouch for it or say if it's good, bad, or a ripoff or what. It's probably great. Called Carved, and from the poster and everything it's about, and the description I read of it, it's about like killer pumpkins or a killer pumpkin or some such thing. At least a singular killer pumpkin or maybe killer pumpkins. And I was like, what the frick? And I was almost mad, but I'm like, well, I could see people, especially 5 years after Pumpkins Attack debuted, maybe getting that idea or getting a similar idea anyway. But
you aren't the only person to point this out. I actually got a message from the director of Pumpkins Attack movies who said, hey, I think they stole our idea. And I read the synopsis, and apparently the Hollywood version has to do with historic reenactors or something like that. Although,
okay.
I want to know, how hard is it to get something put onto the trivia page?
Ooh, yeah.
Casually slip in there like, hey, there's a striking resemblance.
Yeah. I think you can just do it with IMDb Pro, I feel like. Maybe? Or at least you could submit it and they could approve it or deny it, I guess.
I was recently on the trivia page for the movie The Wraith, which has some amazing trivia going back and forth. Because I've never seen anyone argue in the trivia page. There's someone...
What? Like, so someone did an entry, like, oh, this is bullshit or something, and then someone followed up with, no, it's the greatest movie ever made type shit, like back and forth? Like a flame war?
The motorcycle this guy rides is such and such model. And then there's another entry that says, actually, it's this model. And then same thing happens with one of the other cars. Well, the car driven by this character is this. And it says, well, actually, it was this. I'm like, why are you arguing in the trivia page? Is there not a Twitter feed for this?
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, I love it. Oh, yeah, we got to jump into the Wraith because a lot of people out there might know, and a lot of people probably do know, that the great director here, Joel Macha, has a review channel for movies called, are you still sticking with that same title? I know you were debating it when we talked recently. Joel Reviews Movies, right?
So my Facebook page is Joel Talks About Movies, which is unfortunate because there is a YouTube channel I was unaware of that's also called Joel Talks About Movies. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can do that. I am working on getting a new name and a new look. Something else, but yes, you can follow me there. Did you want to talk about the Wraith?
I did. A little BTS to some of the people out there. I know Joel reviews movies, and he's a big big Halloween fan, big horror fan, like horror auteur. And so I was like, you know what? The Wraith, somehow it kept orbiting me. I kept seeing like ads for it on Roku and other places, and I was like, and Charlie Sheen and this mystery ghost car, and I knew of it. I saw posters and maybe movie boxes, DVDs, or not to date oneself, and on a rental shelves through the years as a kid, and I was like, what is it? So I wanted to watch it. I saw the cast. I'm like, either it's great. I know it's kind of a cult classic, if not a cult classic, and it's either good or so bad it's good or somewhere in between. And so I asked Joel to check it out, and he did. So yeah, we can get into a first on that Kev One show. I mean, I've talked a lot about movies, but this will be a first movie review for The Wraith.
So when you asked if I wanted to watch The Wraith, I'm like, sure, it's one of those things that has come up like a ton on, if you look up 80s sci-fi cult classics or whatever.
Yeah.
Iconic poster.
Yeah. looks like an astronaut or like a biker astronaut, cyborg. Like he has like knee braces and arm braces, and it's like they threw a bunch of shit on him, it seemed like.
It looks like cyberpunk astronaut in front of a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Because it has this very strange looking car, which I looked up. That's a real car. It's a Dodge. It's a prototype.
Yeah.
They made like 4 of them.
And it's supposed to go 200 miles an hour. I don't think it reaches that fast in the movie. You can almost kind of tell, but maybe it's supposed to at certain points, looking at it, like story-wise. But I remember reading that's supposed to be a prototype, was supposed to go 200 miles an hour. That was their idea. I don't know if they ever succeeded with that. And
They used a real one for some of the shots in the movie, but not for the stunts, from what I understand. Because this is a prototype, because only like 4 were ever put into production. Like the close-ups where they're near the car, that's a real one. Other times they had a big plastic shell on top of other things. The ones that actually blow up in the movie are like dune buggies with shell on it, something like that, which is why there are very few parts that explode from it.
oh my god! One thing I want to mention about that, which I found hilarious, and I laughed about out loud watching it yesterday, is. I really quick throw a couple sentences to make sense of people before we jump into the story. But it's kind of like the Crow on 4 wheels. It's almost like Ghost Rider. This guy comes back from the dead. He's in this kind of ghost car. But toward the end, he gives it to like this guy. And he's like, "It's yours now." After kind of like got his revenge, and he's like, "It's the only one on the planet. It's one of a kind." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
We're talking about the end briefly. I like that. The giant Dodge logo.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he says it's one of a kind. It's the only one. And it is a ghost car. We know that from the movie. It appeared from like 4 comets emerging. It says Dodge in big letters on the back of it. It shows that for the first time right after he says it. I'm like, okay. And then there's what is it? The Pontiac logo is kind of on the hood of it. I'm like, okay. So it's just kind of like.
I was so confused because I'm like, wait. This is what made me look up. Is this a real car? Because I'm looking at it going, oh, they made a fake car for this. It's probably just a shell on top. So they're trying to say it's a real one. I'm like, oh, but I assume that the one he gives to the guy is the one that's been like depowered. It does not have a.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I hope so. And one thing I noticed, they never show the inside. So like when he gets, they show the inside of like this engine on the hood on the top. It's like a living engine or something. I think I was freaked out. But they never show the inside, the dashboard or anything. I remember.
Well, I guess we're, for people that haven't seen this movie, that we're really confusing.
Yeah.
The Wraith is about, as it's presented in the movie, this guy shows up with this mysterious car. There are these stars align or whatever. This car appears, and he starts challenging this gang in this middle of nowhere town that has like 3 roads and a giant dirt highway.
Fictional Arizona, I guess, somewhere in Arizona, or fictional.
And he challenges them to a race, and he tricks them into hitting he goes ahead of them, and then they hit his car, and this is apparently all in revenge, because there's this guy who died sometime earlier that was killed by this gang. And this goes into a whole convoluted thing, and the reveal is, since no one cares, is the Wraith. The reveal is that Charlie Sheen is the dead guy, and he came back as Charlie Sheen and not as the dead guy.
Yeah. The face is different, but similar enough that he has the same love interest who's like, oh, you're my type. You're like my dead boyfriend who was killed.
The wife with this awesome car starts racing these guys and then just blowing things up to get revenge on the gang. And he says that the reason he looks different is he says, this is the closest I could be. It's like, okay, I guess. I came back as 80s Charlie Sheen, who still looks 45, but, whatever.
He does look Charlie Sheen. He does look Charlie Sheen. I mean, you can tell he's younger, obviously, and he's got kind of like the baby teenage body, kind of. He's probably 26 at the time or something like that, I bet, but...
He manages to look like the first season of 2.5 Men.
I like when he first shows up, you don't know who he is, I guess you'd call it secret identity, Charlie Sheen face, but he shows up in the desert town on a motorcycle, with no shirt on and a jean jacket, and shows up in front of the love interest's house, played by Sherilyn Fenn from Twin Peaks later on. And she just hops on his bike immediately. And I think the dialogue's something like she's leaving her house to work at the burger joint, and they just see each other. And he stops at a stop sign for everybody. He's like, "Hi, I'm blah blah. I'm Jake blah blah," or whatever his name. And she's like, "I'm blah blah blah." And, she just hops on his bike before the bully pulls up. What?
Because he's like asking for directions or whatever, and she's like, "I'll show you how." Just gets on his bike, and then the gang leader guy shows up. That
immediately.
Guy, my first thought was, the gang leader guy. He looks like if the cool kid from the Monster Squad grew up to be Knight Rider.
Yeah, he's played by Nick Cassavetes from, I first knew him from, that I remember him at least, from Face Off, seeing that as a kid, but he was bald in Face Off, maybe from that point on. He's the guy you'd know if you even just seen a bunch of memes of Face Off. He's from that scene / to all the Gen Zers, the meme where Nicolas Cage motions to take his face off at the party, and it's the bald guy who's talking to him and says, "No more drugs for that man." That's Nick. That's the same guy. If you think back, if you have a vivid memory of that, that's him. And I think he looks the same, but he has no hair now, but in Face Off at least, which was actually some time ago now. But yeah.
Well, no, this actually has Clint Howard.
Great, yeah, with amazing hair. He has like a giant Egon hair from Ghostbusters. It's the cartoon.
It's a wig designed to look like the guy from Eraserhead. That's what they were going for. It's like, okay.
And how?
He was the only member of the gang that I liked. Why?
He was of course the geek. He was how did they have proto characters of any kind of archetype in the gang? They had him. He was like a super genius who made like an EMP thing to put on people's cars, and people agreed to it. Hey, I'm putting this radio battery blaster on your car.
Like a radio jammer, but my first thought is, they're going to turn that on so that they're being chased by cops. The cops can't call them backup. But instead,
it's like
we're going to street race you. We're going to install this and try to run away. I'm going to zap your car. I want to talk about like the gang's scheme. The scheme.
Yeah, what's the logistics of this? Because like, how do the cops? And there's the lieutenant played by Randy Quaid in it, looking the healthiest he's ever looked because he's not giant bloated cousin. What's it, Randy or cousin whatever from National Lampoon yet? But
30, and he only looks 60, so
he's like a young 60. But like, I don't understand how these teenagers. I mean, I know they're played by 30-year-olds in it, but these teenagers run the town because any person who's driving down these streets, they just pull them over. If you're on a hot date, it doesn't matter, and they're like, "Hey, you're going on a race, and if you lose the race, you lose your car." And like, okay, it's just every single person.
The opening scene is
young
couple that we never see again. Young couple is hanging out, whatever, and there's this gang that's like, "Hey, you're gonna race us, and if you lose, we get your car, and if you win, you get my car, and if you don't agree to race, we'll rape your girlfriend."
Yeah, that was crazy. And the girls left behind. It was very groping. It was 1986 when they filmed it, or when it came out. Probably filmed it in '85, but yeah, very gropey, very but.
I'm thinking like, what happens if they lose? Like they say, we'll give you my car, but it's like, wait, they even said we want the title. We want the
yeah.
The car. It's like, what?
Oh, I guess, and I was watching some movie with someone, and they were like, "What if they don't own the car? What if it's your mother's car? What if it's like you're making payments?" It's just like
it has a big like enterprise.
I mean, because they were allegedly teenagers, even though they're 20, 25, 30, the people playing it. But yeah, they're teenagers in it, the characters. So it's like, well, I mean, they probably own the car.
I'm thinking like, wow, these guys seem so tough unless they have to go to any larger city. Because what happens if it's like, because the love interest character is the like forced to be in a relationship girlfriend of main bad guy.
Yeah, to the point where he's killing people, and she knows he's killed people, or at least kind of knows he's killed people, that he's saying he's going to kill people, that he terrorizes the city. But when Charlie Sheen shows up on his motorcycle with his 19-year-old looking body with a 30-year-old face, and the jean jacket, she hops on the bike, and then the gang member guy pulls right up, and he goes, "Oh, is that your boyfriend?" And she's like, "No way!" And it's like, and every single line from this bad guy to her is, "If I can't have you, no one will." He like cuts his hand in hers, says they're blood brothers or blood lovers. All kinds of shit like that. Every single line is that, that I'm gonna kill everyone. And every time she goes to the bathroom or leaves her shift, he pulls up and he's enraged that she's not already in his car yet.
It's bizarre because she's also like the car hop or whatever they're called, the waitress.
Yeah, like a bar hop waitress on roller skates. Yeah.
Where Charlie Sheen's ghost's brother works there. He's the cook.
He's like the cook / only head employee, it looks like. It seems like. Because it's always him and the girls.
He's not the owner, but he's the only employee. We never see the owner, who I imagine is some, 45-year-old balding guy. But And it's the only person who seems to have like a normal human relationship is cook guy and love interest who are just friends.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the only like positive, normal. Because even when Charlie Sheen shows up, he's a good guy. He still gets the girl to fall in love with him like instantly. Mm-hmm. I assume because he has the same aura as Dead Guy.
Yeah, same soul allegedly, apparently. But yeah, in a weird way, as we're talking about this, it's almost making more sense to me, and I'm almost like, yeah, kind of maybe why she'd fall magically in love with him. Actually, I love when he reveals himself at the end of it. Remember when he goes like, "Whoa," and he shakes off the Wraith power suit or whatever. He's like, "Don't want to do that again." It was just like so corny, and I'm realizing Charlie Sheen was in it for like a minute. I feel like Charlie Sheen had 5 minutes of screen time.
Oh yeah, no, he literally does.
Maybe he's on set longer if he is the stuntman in the suit, which the guy in the suit is short as Charlie Sheen, at the same height. So.
Apparently, he filmed this. It was a big thing because he was filming something else at the time, and he did this in one day, according to the.
No way.
Those people are arguing with each other. So, but apparently, he was like filming like Platoon or something. And so he filmed another movie and was traveling from like set to set and did this as just like a weird one-off thing, which is why he has so little screen time, and that's definitely someone else in the series.
I mean, I believe it, I buy that, but that's still pretty impressive in the way that you know how movie sets work with just different sets and everything. It's like that seems like that'd be at least 3 days because it's like he has the exterior by her place. I guess they filmed that all in a day, and then he's did the thing where he's floating down the river.
Yeah, he does like the river. He's at the diner. He's outside a couple times, but it's. I mean, that shooting schedule must have, which is why he doesn't have a lot of character development, even as the Wraith.
He literally could have been reading his lines off a board like Saturday Night Live, really, because he's always kind of looking off and like, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, now it's a free country. You can sit next to me with your towel and. I think the most lines he has to remember is when he's looking right at her at the end of it, and he shakes off his Wraith power suit. Oh, I don't want to do that again. Oh, and here, the car's yours, buddy. One of a kind. Walks off.
Did you get those metal things that disappeared? Did you get what that was?
Well, I mean, I feel like I recognize that they were part of his little suit, like the brace, but it's like. I mean, I guess did he explode as well when he's in the car and they keep exploding into the Wraith car and then those disappear with, back, into space or the negative zone or wherever he goes in between?
There's a bunch of stuff in this movie that's just not explained, and I looked it up. But one was these weird pieces of metal, and they are arm and leg braces that, according to the director or the writer or whoever, it is him gaining more power. Those are the things holding him back, and every time he kills someone, you see his thing disappear, and he's becoming more powerful. I thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought, those are the things holding him together.
Yeah.
And someone it's him running out of power.
Well, because they're all leg and arm, but they're all braces. They're all like, looks like something like Stone Cold or Forrest Gump would wear. They're all, but okay.
It must help that the first one we see is he's actually wearing it the first time.
Yeah.
And it goes away. I thought, his part of his suit is going away.
Oh, is he wearing less and less of it as the movie goes on later when they keep showing him?
Yeah, except the other 3 or 4 times we see it, it's a close-up and it's among the rubble and it disappears. The other thing that's never explained, whenever he kills someone, the bodies are perfectly intact, but the eyes are missing.
Isn't their body temperature cold or something, they said? Or was it?
There's something weird about that, and that's just, I don't know, that's what happens when you kill by a ghost, I guess.
Yeah.
So Charlie Sheen kills all the bad guys, gets the girl, gives his brother a car without explaining that he's a ghost. He explained to the love interest, but not his brother. Gives his brother the car, and then Charlie Sheen just drives off on a motorcycle he got from somewhere. He arrived with a car from the afterlife.
Oh,
not
yeah.
with a motorcycle. He has the motorcycle. Now it's fine.
Well, remember the car does appear, it's part of him or something? Because like, in the very beginning, there's all those little comet-looking things that form the car in the first shot. And then at some point he's driving and they just dissipate too into 4 or however many little asteroid-looking things. And the gang member's like, whoa, so...
There's a cool effect where he's on a motorcycle and driving away in towards to the darkness, right? He's driving towards shadow, and his taillights split away and start flying off in different directions. It's this cool transition where it's because that's how he formed.
So maybe the motorcycle's real, and when he's in his form, he found his motorcycle and he got it, or I don't know. And then, but the car is ghost worlding.
That when he drives off with his girlfriend in the end of the movie, do you think that as a ghost, he has an ID and a social security number?
Or car insurance. I mean, what about that car and the brother having this weird car?
Wouldn't it be great?
Can you insure that?
License, registration, proof of insurance. Officer, I'm dead.
Now, in 1986, would essentially an all-electric car, which is, I mean, it's more than that, obviously, but it having essentially no emissions, I imagine, would that pass DEQ constantly? Would it just not be street legal, period, because it's not, a known car?
I was picturing the stuff that happens after the end of the movie. He goes to the next town and he doesn't have a credit score.
Or is he wanted for murder? Because that's the murder car. Technically, to Randy Quaid, to the lieutenant and the cops, that's the car that keeps exploding cars, or it's at least wanted in, connection with those,
I want a movie. It's 45 years later. Randy Quaid cop is still looking for this guy. I think he figures it out at the end of the movie, and he's just like, you're only killing that gang. I don't care anymore.
One thing also, another thing that sticks out, do you know much about law enforcement titles? Because he's lieutenant, because I remember the girl says to him, "No charge, Sarge," about his burgers, and he's like, "I'm lieutenant." But later he shows up at the restaurant, and he just walks in and starts eating or drinking coffee in front of the brother, and he's like, "I'm officer blah blah." And I'm like, wait, officer is below lieutenant and Sarge, right? I mean, right?
Well, I thought it was the sheriff, too.
Yeah, because it goes through the sign and it's Randy Quaid's face and it says sheriff blah blah, right? Or maybe he was, I don't know. It was an election sign, so maybe he was trying to be sheriff.
Maybe.
He's all things.
I want a movie where decades later he sees modern day Charlie Sheen and it's like, that guy! You're the guy who ruined my chance because I never solved those murders 40 years ago. You're the guy who ruined my chances of becoming sheriff in a town of 40 people.
I want action figures of, what were the two punks that kept drinking liquid, car fluid? Gutter Boy and Skank, I want to say, or something like that.
It's like hydraulic fluid. You don't even get a good thought of it.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
But it's like hydraulic fluid and brake fluid and stuff like that. Which I don't even think will get you high. I think it'll just kill you.
They had great lines like, "I'm tweaking and I'm a 4-day virgin. Let's get some babes. I'm a 4-day virgin." I'm like, okay, you haven't fucking 4 days. That's good for him. Let's go.
They have the best dialogue. Like the guy he's like, "Here, use this shotgun." Use this shotgun. Actually, shoot the hole through the floor. I like that they're totally incompetent.
Yeah. And his one special needs because we see him at the airfield and he's stamping clear for takeoff or good to fly. He's doing it on airplane parts. He's like, "You're good to fly." Yeah.
I think the joke is that these are clearly junk planes, and he has a giant stamp that says "cleared to take off" or "flying okay" or whatever it says. Because they build these cars, but they're also incredibly incompetent. The one time those guys actually do something makes sense is when the Wraith comes in with his sci-fi gun and just starts shooting at them.
Mm-hmm.
Not really shooting at them. They're in the garage.
Yeah, when he first comes, yeah.
And starts shooting at it's at their stuff.
Yeah, he blows up an engine, he blows up the walls, he's shooting their cans and their mini fridges and all the shit, right? Yeah.
That, by the way, that gun he uses is a Spas 12. It is the same shotgun you see in Terminator. It's one of them there's a bunch, but it's one of them in Terminator, and it's the gun in that scene in Jurassic Park when the guy says,
really?
It has a different. This one has a big hook stock and a bunch of
lights on it. Yeah, I was gonna say the sci-fi lights. It's okay.
Sci-fi movies.
But it's a real shotgun. Okay. With stuff, yeah.
But otherwise, it's a real gun.
It's like something you would have done with your cool gadgets you built for films and shoots and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those blinking lights do nothing.
Well, they might kill other wraiths. Who knows?
If there's a ghost detector.
Okay, one thing that I felt they should have, like, come on, guys, was how did they know that he was the same guy from the car when he attacked their place? Because, like, it's like tinted windows. You know, when the Wraith car shows up, they're like, let's figure out what this car is. Oh, let's get it first. And then, like, they just pull up next to it, and, you know, Clint Howard's like, you lose the race, you lose the car. Agreed. And you just hear the Wraith car rev its engine. Like, I guess that's an agreement, but it's not. It doesn't show him inside give a thumbs up or a tinted glass. You know, the window open a little, so you see his helmet. So then later, when he sees him at their headquarters, their little chop shop, and he walks in, how would they know this astronaut-looking motherfucker is him? You know, they're like, "Hey, it's you from the car." The what?
I thought it was car. It would be funny if they just assumed that these were two different guys.
Yeah, and because, like, and he's in a motorcycle helmet, you know, and, you know, it's like, okay. Like, how do they know he's connected to the car, like, at all? Because they never see him get out of the car ever, and, you know.
How weird is it that the main bad guy, he was wearing a helmet anytime he raced?
Yes, what was that? It's kind of not a bad guy, not a badass thing to do, and it's also like, you're not actually in a race car, bro. You're in a car. Like, the little dinky sheriffs are chasing you without helmets. I know the Wraith's in a helmet. That's kind of part of his whole outfit, you know.
Yeah.
Headed toe suit, so it's like, okay.
It was so weird. I'm like, well, on the one hand, it's very practical, right? He knows he is prepared to race at all times.
He's just extra safe. I mean, maybe like in the 80s.
Like, on the other hand, I'm doing this dangerous thing. Better buckle up for safety.
Yeah, like super duper helmet. It's just kind of, and it's a red helmet. It just kind of sticks out. It doesn't even match his car or anything. It's like it's not spiked or something, or yeah.
I do like how most of them are the very typical like gearheads. It's like we were car guys, and they have one nerd on the gang.
They had one of everything. I said the super nerd who, remember when he was leading, he's like, I'm taking my schematics or something like that, or my blueprints or something, he said. And he made that EMP thing. And then we got Skeet and Gutter Boy or whatever their names are. And then there was even a Valley Boy. Remember a guy in like a Letterman's jacket? I'm like, but did they just have like the village people of bad guys in this movie in their gang?
One day with Charlie Sheen, they had a skip on all the costumes.
Well, poor Charlie Sheen never got a shirt the whole movie, I don't think.
No, he had black leather and motorcycle helmet.
Well, if that was him. Or did you read in your research that it was him or not? Or I know it's his character, but
They had one day, I'm assuming that
it was a stunt guy for the rest of it, though.
Yeah.
Not that there was that many stunts with him. I mean, he didn't really fight in that outfit or anything, but
no, I think they wanted to show off that outfit, and I think that's why they have that scene where he's in the garage and shooting at them. Which I think that's also the reason why they it was also because I was thinking like, how will they know who to go after without seeing this particular car? How do you know the guy hasn't just left? Oh, that's why he's attacking. That way they know he is after them too, and they're just gonna look at every house and see if it has this crazy looking black car.
yeah, it's like a small town, obviously. And one thing I want to know is, what was the end game? How much longer, if the Wraith didn't appear in this world of this desert town, before it all the gang just ate itself up? Because the gang guy was terrorizing everyone. He was going to have everyone's car, like, in about a month, it seems like, any car worth having. And he was not going to, and he was alienating everyone. He was going to kick everyone's ass or kill everyone, because even the main burger, the only burger employee, the brother, he like was threatening him and beating him up, and he's like, "Hey, if you take my car, I'm not gonna make those Thousand Island burgers that you like." It's just like,
yeah. First of all, what's with those burgers?
It's not that badass, right? It sounds like something Grandpa would have. If you take my car, I'm not gonna make those burgers for you with the Thousand Island dressing you like. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking if anyone just left this town. If the girlfriend just went to LA, what you gonna do? Follow her? No one cares about you outside this tiny town. And once you get everyone's cars, what are you gonna do? You don't even see them have like a giant collection of cars. Oh, no, it's because they sell them. They're actually very, very crafty business people. I like to think that once they get everyone's cars, they open up a dealership or start their own show on TLC.
Oh my god! Yeah, he probably. What if they did a remake or kind of like a Cobra Kai style, continuation where like it's X amount of years later, the guy has like a comb over and even bigger belly because he had a belly if you didn't notice, and like he's got a car dealership. That would make sense that guy would have a car dealership. Oh, he's dead. What am I saying? He's hollowed out eyed dead guy.
Well, and you know something is you mentioned they're kind of out of shape, and it's funny like these people look like because they're. I don't know, they're constantly drinking, they're constantly like getting high and stuff. I'm like, I feel like I could take them on a fight.
Yeah, I mean, and Clint Howard is kind of immortal in the way that he's always looked like Clint Howard. It's just Clint Howard in a teen gang this time. You know, it's not like, oh, it's young Clint Howard. It's, that's Clint Howard still.
Yeah, no, yeah. He went from this straight to Carnosaur. So you're talking about like if they did a sequel years later, I don't think this is very much an 80s movie, not just because of the aesthetic and all that, because car culture has changed. It's something I was thinking about when I was watching it. You can't have a movie about really cool cars today, because back then, they're like, my car's the biggest, baddest, the fastest, I've got a giant engine. Today, it's like, mine has the most MPGs. Yeah. It's like, you're not racing Cybertrucks. You're not racing... Priuses, like that's not the type of car that people want today. People don't want the biggest, fastest car.
I did say that while watching. I was like, that's this. Now it's the Cybertruck. That car. Imagine like the four dots exploding electricity wise into the Cybertruck.
I'm picturing like we're gonna race your car. Sorry, man, I got another hour before I have enough battery to race it. You're gonna have to wait.
That's good. I mean,
well,
I think they probably would just make it where it's in this desert town that is very motorheady, Fast and Furious type people. And the first people that get pulled over, the couple, they would have kind of like a Prius or a Tesla or something all electric, and they kind of make fun of that. It's like,
the one guy with an 80s car just beats every modern car. I'm gonna race your car. Okay. I don't see how I could possibly win, but okay. By the way, because you watched this yesterday, I watched this a couple days ago, and a whole lot happened since then. So I watched the trailer online to just refresh my memory, and I found this amazing comment. Still one of the best original character superhero movies ever. Period. Proof. Light bulb emoji.
Oh my god.
No, you said this is like The Crow. This is like The Crow meets Fast and Furious, but like the early ones.
Mm-hmm.
Before they're all like super soldiers or whatever. The soundtrack was pretty good. What do you think about the soundtrack?
Yeah, it was alright. I mean, the original song, the songs of the time seemed kind of weird. Like something was like "loser," or somebody's like "loser." Just a blind loser, and like the music was good. I'm like, wait, what are these lyrics? It was like a depressing.
It was the most like 80s, like official songs I've heard in one movie that wasn't a parody of 80s movies.
Like the music score was good. Like the original score was good. Yeah.
I think it was much like licensed songs. I'm like, wow, this is just a lot of not big names, but. They all sound real. They were really wanting to sell that record later.
That certainly was a real song. You could say about every single one of them.
I really liked the music. It sounded real.
Sherilyn Fenn was beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's like a lot of people you kind of recognize, like Charlie Sheen, Randy Quaid, Sherilyn Fenn, Nick Cassavetes, Clint Howard. Probably some of the henchmen. Probably we could look up and be like, oh yeah, that's the lawyer on this Law and Order or some bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's all stuff like that. It's I'm trying to remember. So I thought I saw a rating for it that I was confused when it said it was rated like PG-13. I don't think it was.
You think it was R or what?
I don't think it was rated.
Oh, unrated. I feel like it's probably that because there wasn't nudity, was there? There was like bikinis, but there wasn't.
There was in the version I saw, and
there was. Was it when the gang member is sleeping with a girl, right? When Randy Quaid busts in, is she topless?
No, there's actually more than one edit.
Okay, maybe there wasn't.
There was a so again, according to the according to the trivia page, there was a version that had nudity in it, and a version that had no sex. And so there's a scene with Charlie Sheen and you just said her name, but
Sherilyn Fenn. I think she was. Yeah, because I remember when I saw. I think I did see that because I was like, oh, the girl from Twin Peaks, and she's topless. Yeah, I think I do remember that. Yeah, they do make love. That's right. They make love, and he drops her off, and and they're. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
Apparently, in the home media release and the TV edit, most of that was cut out. But the version that I saw streaming, it was left in, unless there is a cut that has even more. But I thought that was weird because I'm like, what is this rated? Because otherwise, doesn't feel like a rated R movie. There's not. There's action but no gore.
Explosions. People are dead. People die in their car explosions going down a hill, and then you don't even see the body. I don't think. I feel like they describe the body, or no, they see the body later. It's cold and it's whole. Remember?
Well, yeah, this guy's like, right. That happens to be flat.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
But it's not. It feels like if Michael Bay did this movie in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like, no offense to the Wraith, but if they remade it, I feel like it'd be hard to make it worse. I feel like it'd be a more cohesive story no matter what.
I like how you started that with to the Wraith.
And they just figured out. I know how you said like, oh, the EMPs, the MPGs, and it's gotta be electric vehicles. Like, I think they would kind of like, they'd find a way around that, and make it Fast and Furious-esque. And
well, when I say that, you can't really do a car movie today, but the Fast and Furious movies kind of prove that wrong. And I think if you got one of those guys to do this would be starring Vin Diesel today. I don't care how old he is, he would still play the teenage.
Well, no. How about Vin Diesel plays the villain with the wig on? He says the black wig, black pompadour, like the guy had.
Digital technology to make Vin Diesel look 25 again.
I mean, can you easily imagine? Can't you imagine him saying that? You lose the race, you lose your car.
But with no emotion.
Yeah, and Clint Howard's still alive, right? He probably looks the same. Clint Howard? He could do that still.
I think so.
Or we get Andy Serkis to play that role.
We get Andy Serkis for every role.
Yeah.
And we'll just motion capture.
Yeah, it's true. Oh my god.
Today you would have Charlie Sheen if you did a
remake. Charlie Sheen now kind of looks like the gang member back then, if you think about it.
Well, I was thinking Charlie Sheen, if you did as we have the original guy back as a cameo, he would be the cop today. If you're doing the modern cast for this, I think the problem is that if you did modern cast for this, it would star Finn Wolfhard from I was gonna say Ghostbusters. That's not nearly as famous as when it was on Stranger Things. But you would have to cast with these Stranger Things cast-offs, and the girlfriend would be Jenna Ortega, because they're out of the young people to put in movies.
Or Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things 11. She's all grown up. So.
That's Stranger Things with different characters.
Oh, Lord.
So, would you recommend The Wraith?
Oh, okay. I would recommend The Wraith, and I'd say it's, I would say it's a must-see. But I'd say if someone said it was, just for various reasons, I wouldn't say, you're a fool, I would say it's worth seeing once for any, movie fan, because it's one of a kind. It's not as so bad it's good that I thought it could have been, It's kind of in between. And if someone said they loved it for nostalgia, I wouldn't fault them for that either. But I would recommend it, yeah. If someone loved it for different reasons, I wouldn't fault them. But I'd say it's at least a one and done, and not a waste of time. Worst case, you're laughing at it or with it. and like you said, liking the soundtrack, liking the 80s vibes, tripping out on these, people like Charlie Sheen and Sherilyn Fenn being young and everything. Yeah, I'd recommend it in a way. Would you?
If you like cheesy sci-fi movies, if you like 80s car movies, and you like cool car stunts, done on a ridiculously low budget, I would recommend it. I don't know if I would count it as a horror movie.
Yeah, it did say in the description. I saw it said supernatural, so I mean, like, okay, it goes enough with Halloween time, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's way less supernatural, and it's less Halloween feeling than something like The Crow, which has a similar story.
Yeah.
But if you like that era of sci-fi and you're looking for something very kind of light in the sci-fi, you're getting into that, sure. I wouldn't say you got to watch it for October for Halloween, but as a summer night, you're with a bunch of friends and you're watching something, yeah, if you like Mad Max type stuff or like a lot of car stunts, it's not as crazy as that, but it's you can put it on the shelf, you can put it on and have some fun.
I bet the Mad Max cover, do you remember the Mad Max cover? I bet that inspired the costume for the Wraith, where, because Mad Max, the first cover, the poster, he has a helmet, leather jacket,
not the movie itself.
Yeah.
Because the cover of the Wraith, at least one version of it, looks like the cover of Back to the Future.
Oh, does he have his foot by the car door or something like that? The car door opens up like the DeLorean a bit. Yeah. Well, it opens up.
The car in the background is Charlie Sheen's character. I don't think it's Charlie Sheen in the suit, but it's the Wraith standing in front with a bright light, and it looks like the cover of the other one.
Like, it kind of Back to the Future, yeah. And, it really almost looks like it's really trying to be a superhero film. Which, someone could kind of claim it is, but if they did a remake, they really would push into that a little bit more, I bet, where they could have action figures and stuff, but...
He's a superhero in the same way the Crow is.
He'd probably fight more in a new movie, and he'd probably have some sort of one of those things that kept disappearing, his little brace parts. He'd probably take it off like a weapon, like a crowbar type thing off his forearm or something, I bet.
He doesn't race people. He uses the car as a weapon. He just starts running them down. He breaks down. He just rips the door off. Starts beating people with the door. He doesn't care about the race anymore.
It was funny how he was killing them one by one. We could have killed them all very quickly because he would race them. He would appear right in front of them where they couldn't stop because they're going like 90 or 100 miles an hour, however. And he's just T-bone, and and they explode. And then when he flies into the main evil headquarters, the chop shop at the end, he just drives into it and it explodes the whole building. So it's just like, oh, you just want to terrorize. Well, it makes sense. You want to terrorize them. Yeah, it's very, I don't know. I would say, if I was describing it, it's the Crow on 4 wheels. And the Crow's better, yes. But I'm just saying, okay.
So speaking of the music, just bring it up one last time.
Yeah. No.
One version of the DVD says the Wraith, and it has all the actors' names, and then featuring the music of, and this is why I think they really wanted to get all the music lovers out there, featuring the music of Billy Idol, Robert Palmer, Ozzy Osbourne, Motley Crue.
What? Oh, there's different parts. I feel like I don't remember any of that. Is in the credits?
Oh. Wraith Special Edition actually
is it? So it's just on the the special album.
The cover of the DVD case. And I've never seen that.
I'm helping produce this horror film. It's coming out really well, and it's gonna look ooh. And I'm almost like, well, it might be on the shorter side, but it's almost like I was thinking of soundtracks and stuff where I was like, now you're making me actually think maybe I should just get a bunch of people to make a secondary soundtrack. It's like, the vibe of the film. It's like 3 of these were featured really quickly in the movie, and like one was in the credits, and the rest are inspired by.
That's a real thing. The CD for Forrest Gump had a bunch of songs that did not feature in the movie, but of the right time period and vibe, so they could release a deluxe edition that was double the soundtrack.
I feel like the first time I remember noticing that, at least, was in Batman Forever. I feel like a bunch of this hit amazing soundtrack was just in the credits. Oh well, this is in the running time of the movie. Like, wasn't Kiss from a Rose by Seal not in the movie itself? I remember that was the music video for it and stuff, and it was definitely in the credits, but...
the Addams Family rap for the Addams Family movie with MC Hammer, that did not feature in the movie as far as I'm aware. There could be another movie called The Wraith, a couple others.
The same spelling too, and.
Yep, unrelated horror movie. There's also The Car, and so I'm wondering if you can trace back
the first
horror
car
movies involving cars trying to kill people. Because there's Maximum Overdrive.
Christine, yeah.
Christine, sure. I'd like to think that The Wraith started that, but that timeline doesn't work out at all.
Yeah, no, I think Christine had to be before that, right? Yeah. Interesting.
Yep, he's a Power Ranger with a supercar who fights people like the Crow.
Wraith, Revenge Ranger. Yeah. My word. Well, that was
not exactly a horror movie, more of a sci-fi action supernatural whatever B movie, but fun time. Definitely have some friends watching that.
If they said in the description, supernatural, big budget, B-rated movie, I feel like it might get more eyes on it. Like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Right?
Kind of like in the vein that Terrifier is kind of like a big budget B movie now, you know, a huge, gigantic hit. So.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen those? Speaking of Halloween movies, I haven't seen the new one, the third one, but.
The new one is a gore fest.
Ooh, okay, don't spoil it. You saw it? Oh, good.
That's the point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Breaking the MPAA by releasing in theaters despite not being rated.
He's kind of like the new Howard Stern against the FCC, but for movies and gore.
Well, this is a tangent unrelated to the Wraith, but so the MPAA it stops a lot of indie movies from entering into theaters because you have to pay the MPAA to rate your movie, right? And movies that are unrated cannot be, you can't have TV ads. And so the ad campaign for Terrifier 3 was very small. I mean, there were posters, there were Lego events, things like that. And YouTube.
Plenty of merch, yeah, but still, yeah.
Tons of merch, but not traditional ads. And so it shows up in theaters because theaters normally do movies that have lots of ads, but without a rating, it can't be on TV. And this was entered unrated because when I was watching Terrifier 3, I was thinking, what's the rating on this? This has to be like an NC-17 with this much gore.
Ooh, yeah.
But no, I don't think any of them are rated.
Yeah, I love those, man. I've talked about it before on the show too, but man, I love the Terrifier series, and I got to see the new one. Period. But a friend of the show, Daniel Roebuck, who was on, well, probably more than a few episodes ago, but some episodes ago, he's in the new one as Santa Claus. So, and he was telling me how excited he was and proud of it. So I'm like, ooh, yeah, see that.
Oh yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah. You'd recognize him from a bunch of stuff like Bubba Hotep, but he's also he's the grandpa in the new Monsters by Rob Zombie, which you may or may not have seen.
I have a copy of that, forgetting that it exists. My Blu-ray copy, which I own for some reason, it barely plays in a player. I don't think it wants to exist. It's very thin.
I'll tell him. He'll get right on it, and.
I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming the writer most of him. I'm gonna blame Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Well, last time you were on the show, you almost started a war with the Nick Cage family, so now why not throw Rob Zombie on the fire for you?
I like Rob Zombie's Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween actually shows how little happens in the original Halloween because the plot of the original Halloween is a 20-minute segment of Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Huh. Interesting. That's wild.
You watch those two back to back.
I will. I'll check that out. Yeah. And speaking of Halloween, what are some of like the must-see Halloween, season movies for you? Like I saw It Follows. It Follows is one of mine for sure. I saw that again this year.
Well, in the past, I have tried to watch movies that have a certain theme. So some of them are classics that I've never seen before. I think that was last year or the year before, where I saw things like The Howling and watching that for the first time, The Exorcist, watching that for the first time, Psycho. things like that. You have a lot of these classics and a lot of other horror movies referenced, and I think if you want to do horror, you should go back to look at some of the origins of these. Watch Night of the Living Dead. Watch the classic Universal stuff. It's not fast paced as their modern counterparts, but it's a good foundation. Of course, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, absolute classics. Those are always fun. They really hold up. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street in theaters just last week or so. I really like Conjuring movies. If you're looking for like a themed type thing, then slashers are the classic. A24 if you like the arcade stuff.
I love that they're really a go-to. I've never seen a bad A24 film. There's been some that I'm like, that was all right. I see what they were going for, but it was never a waste of time for me ever. A24, and a lot of them are so good.
Is the artsy other half of Blumhouse. Blumhouse is like, we're gonna make a cheap movie, and it's gotta be really fun. Quality varies, but you know kind of what you're getting. So you're gonna focus on it being a fun movie, and A24 is like, I have no idea what's happening, and it's very artsy, and it's, but I feel like if I'm missing something, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, totally. Like, did you see Bodies? That was a good one. From A24, I saw recently.
Which one?
Bodies.
I like that one once I realized it was a parody.
Yeah, no, totally,
Once I realized it's a comedy and they're making fun of these people, I'm like, oh, okay.
What else? Oh, I saw a movie last night. You might have seen it already, though, but so good. I don't want to spoil. It's so over the top. The Substance with Demi Moore and I'm gonna butcher her name. Margaret Qualley, I want to say. So, have you heard of that at all? Oh, so good.
I've heard about it. Yesterday, I saw Troll 2 in theater.
Troll 2. Ooh, wow. Where'd you see that in the theater?
It was a local theater down the street from me.
Wait, down where?
Down the street in just down the street from where I live.
Ah.
The local run theater.
Cool. Troll 2. Now, is Troll 2 better than Troll 1? Is it one of those sequels? The fact that Troll 2 is in a theater.
Troll 2 was unrelated to Troll 1.
There you go.
Have you not?
I might have seen him years and years. I know the poster. Isn't Troll 2? He's just the troll on the poster, and he's just kind of looking like it's very detailed, and he's got his evil smile.
Troll 2 is completely unrelated to Troll 1. It's made by a different guy. I don't even know if he saw Troll 1. And it's about a family that decides to vacation in this. It's about a family that vacations in this little farming community, and the son is convinced that everyone in the town is actually a troll and wants them to eat this weird green food, so they turn into plants because all the trolls are vegetarian. And the kid is told this because his grandpa is a ghost who gives him Molotov cocktails.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like, we gotta save your family. I have this to put out the fire. It's a fire extinguisher. It's like, what fire? Then he holds up a Molotov cocktail. It's like, Grandpa, why do you have these things? Also, you're a ghost. He's a magic ghost. He casts a spell at one of them.
I gotta see this. I'm gonna see if I can find it on streaming maybe tonight. Because I know I've heard Troll 2 is good. I feel like I've seen articles through the years about Troll 2, right? Isn't it really like?
Oh, there are so many memes.
Yeah, I feel like I heard the Troll 2 special. I'm trying to recall it. Yeah, okay. Huh.
What you need to do first is invite a bunch of friends over, and so you have other people to laugh at with.
Mm-hmm. Just
confirm that you are in fact watching the same movie, and you're not hallucinating this. It is wild.
Okay, Troll 2. Is there a Troll 3?
I think there are just many movies called Troll 3.
There are many movies called Troll 3? Okay. Many Troll 3s. Okay.
Unrelated.
I would love if it's like 90s or early 2000s, like Marvel comic style, where it's like Chromium cover, alternate edition. You're like, wait, what? But it's Troll.
It's
Troll 3, but Jennifer Aniston plays all the roles. What? She was really big back then. Not that she's not now.
Troll 3 is just Leprechaun sequel.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going for subconsciously. She was in Leprechaun 1, right? Oh, my Lord. Yeah, the substance you would really like, it almost feels like it could have been an A24 film. I don't think it is, though. But if you don't know, not to spoil anything, it's a quote my character from your movie Pumpkin. It's like, no spoilers. Demi Moore is an aging actress playing a 50-year-old, even though she has to be more than 50 in real life, right? But not that she doesn't look it. Anyway, but she's like a kind of a Jane Fonda fitnessy type girl who used to be a big time actress. And then she has to go in the bathroom, but the girls is out of order, so she goes in the men's room. And the Dennis Quaid playing this really scummy, hey, another Quaid, but a scuzzy manager is like, well, we need someone younger. Yeah, fuck her. 50-year-olds are dead, or you know. And so she's like crying, and so she when she's at the hospital for this accident, this mysterious orderly guy who has a very distinctive birthmark comes into play later in the film. I won't spoil it, but says, yeah, you're a perfect candidate for this thing, and gives her a thumb drive that says the substance, and she plays it, and it's talking about how you want a better version of yourself. You just have to take these supplements and this injection and don't miss a day, and she becomes a younger version of herself essentially. But stuff goes up because she, does she want to go back every week to being her old quote Demi Moore quote self, and then besides going back into the Margaret Qualley body, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and she keeps her job, but as her younger self. Anyway, it becomes a body horror film. I won't spoil it, but it's like, whoa, and it goes like really into the body horror more than any trailers reveal, and I won't go into detail about it. But whoa, I'm like, okay, it's almost like I've seen Terrifier. Not quite. Yeah. Terrifier is a pretty unique experience.
Well, I do have to wrap up. I have out here. I will definitely talk again sometime soon.
Yeah. Oh man, well, yeah. Thanks for taking enough of your time. And I'll tell you more about my project Ghost Toasties that's coming out soon later. And yeah.
We'll catch up for Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah, why not? I haven't seen Thanksgiving, that horror film. I don't know if you recommend that, but I'll check that out.
I will let you go. I have to head out myself. Have a good one. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. I'm sure we'll be hanging in person and collaborating again in the near future, bro.
Well, have a good one.
You too, bro. Thanks, bro. This portion of that Kev 1 show is brought to you by Coco Burry, the action and chic athletic wear for lounging, stretching, and going to the next level for yourself. I have the olive green pair of athletic shorts that I wear on the weekends lately. So, I do my version of yoga. I'm not a yoga enthusiast, but I do my stretches and my karate and taekwondo stuff that I know, especially when watching Cobra Kai and the like. So, come on, guys, buy your own pair and jump in today. This episode of that Cav 1 show is dedicated to James Earl Jones.
Rep the brand as behind-the-scenes film talk, positive vibes, and discovering what the human condition is all about as nonstop creativity guides us on and on and on with that Kev 1 Show merchandise. Now for sale at thatkev1show.etsy.com. That Kev 1 Show, spelled of course that KEV number 1 N show. Hey, you're a fan. You want to rep it. You know how to spell it. So get it today and glow with us.
This portion of that Kev 1 show is supported by Bohemian Dream Gifts, made with organic and natural oils that nourish and hydrate your skin. Man, I don't know if it's the weather outside or the gym that was killing my skin, because my right elbow on the, it itched like the Dickens, like I was becoming like the lizard from Marvel Comics. I think it's that machine where you put your elbow in and do the lifts, for the bicep. But I was itching my skin like crazy during, I won't say who because I don't want them associated with rough skin, with one of our guests here in the near future here. But my right elbow was getting ashy and getting red and irritated. Anyway, I used some of the promotional cookie dough body oil from Bohemian Dream Gifts that they gave us, and my skin, I'm not kidding, came back. I can vouch for that one. The cookie dough oil body oil. The cookie dough body oil brought my skin back to life like an Evanescence song. I'm not kidding. My skin is smooth and happy again. 100%. You can buy cookie dough oil on Etsy at the Bohemian Dream Gifts shop. Check out their other stuff as well, but that's one that I swear by now. And as soon as my promotional one runs out, I'm going to order some myself. So go to Etsy and visit the Bohemian Dream Gifts shop today.